To my channel once again. In today's topic, we are going to demonstrate how to carry out titration in acid-based titration. So in this now, here with me is a yellow paper sent from WASSCE. So I have a disclaimer. Please, this demonstration does not actually reflect the titer value in each of the center. This video is just to guide you on how to carry out titration in normal chemistry lab. Please do well to listen and follow the procedure gently. So in this now, the apparatus that will be given to you that day, you'll be given an apparatus known as pipette. This is a pipette, though we have a hand-filling pipette, but today we are going to use the manual pipette. So you'll be given a conical flask, 2 conical flasks. You'll be given a beaker. Please ensure you know the label that is here. Here is B, and each of these beaker ought to be labeled so that you will not make mistake with your mixture. So in this now, we have here, we have the A. The A is here so that you will not make mistake as well. Here we have an indicator. This is known as methyl orange. So we are going to carry out this simple titration. We are going to guide you through this process so that you understand how to carry out a specific titration in acid-based condition. So in this aspect, a question will be given out to you. If you check the board, the question goes this way. We have solved the calculation aspect of this titration. So here now, A, which is the acid, is 0.05 mole per dm cube ACF acid. B is 0.025 mole per dm cube of a triacylcarbonate salt. Under A, we said put A into the burette and titrate with 20 centimeter cube or 25 centimeter cube portions of B using methyl orange as indicator. Record the volume of the pipette. We'll say you should record the volume of the pipette. So tabulate your burette reading and calculate the average volume used. In this aspect, as I've discussed before now, we said we have a stipulated table for acid-based titration. So let's have a specific table for acid-based titration. And this, we said, indicator that is given to us. Indicator must be boldly written at the top of your table. Indicator, we have a pipette. So if you check here, on the question, we said the pipette, the indicator we are going to use is methyl orange. You ought to write it very bold at the top of your table. Methyl orange. So this pipette we are going to use, please ensure you know the volume of this pipette. This is 25 centimeter cube. So some of you that is writing in different centers all over Nigeria, so please ensure you know the volume of this pipette. In your center, here we are going to write 25 cm cube. So we are going to have a table. Let's have a table. We say let's use this to have, here we're going to have the rough, we're going to have the first, the second titration, and the third titration. We say we have final burette reading, always in cm cube. So we have initial burette reading, always in cm cube as well. We say total volume of acid used, So in this regard, I will explain what it meant by rough, first, second, and third titration. So one of these, the first step as a student, as you are titrating in the hall, one of the steps is that you must ensure that all apparatus given to you must be rinsed with a distilled water so that to avoid impurity in your solution. That is to say, each of them must be rinsed first. So we said these conical beakers are labeled. We have the A, we have the B. So this volumetric flask contain the acid, which I'm going to use here. So in this aspect, you must rinse this burette. We say we should place the burette. Which liquid are we going to put in the burette? We say put A into the burette. So we are going to put the acid into the burette. So in this aspect, here, first of all, you must rinse this burette with your acid first, so that to clean this place, or to rinse this burette, so that to avoid impurities. So in this aspect, this burette has been already been rinsed with an acid to avoid delay. So in this aspect, we're going to pull the C into the burette, the C into the burette, and ensure as you are working, as you are adding this acid into this burette, please don't put the conical flask under, so that you will not have a wrong answer. So in this now, you are going to fill in the burette with an acid. So here you must adjust. You must adjust to the 0 point. To the 0 point. So ensure that the graduated side of the burette is facing you, so that you can know where to read and how to read these graduated values. So in this now, here is 0.00. In a normal laboratory table, this should be at the same level with your height, so that you can know what to do. So I'm just trying to improvise here. So in this aspect, we are going to titrate. We said we should pipette 25 ml of this. Since we are using manual pipette, please, if you are using manual pipette in your schools as well, be very, very careful when sucking this pipette. So in this aspect, ensure that this solution is enough in your beaker, so that you not suck air. So we have enough solution here. All right, this is the base is placed in a conical flask. Placed in a conical flask. So it's advisable to remove this the last drop of this pipette, so that you not have error. So this last drop in the pipette, we actually estimate it to be 0.05. 0.05, so that you don't have any issue. So we are asked to put two drop of indicator. I'm going to say, if you just check this now, you have to drop 1, 2. So as IT should not make you to put more than 2. You can put 2 to 3, but should not be more than that. You shake it together. So when you shake, now you are ready for titration. So the essence now is for us we already know the volume of this base that is given to us to be 25 ml. Now we want to know the change when this acid is added. This color will change. This yellow color will change to a different color, so that we know the end point. So we're going to titrate now. When you titrate, make sure you shake constantly and be watchful of your color change. Be watchful. The volume of the pipette or the burette does actually concern you. Your major concern should be the color change automatically. Okay. The color is coming up. You have a light color. Look at this. There's a color change. So if peradventure, if I should add a drop, I should be able to have so look at the color change. A light pink is achieved. So you look at your burette. So when you check your burette, here I'm having 13.90. 13.90. The rough, we started with 0.00. We have 13.90. Here we have 13.90. So if we should subtract this from this, we're going to have 13.90. So now this rough tells us that between 9 to 13.90, there might be color change. In my next titration, I will not be watching the color change. I can just release my burette to around 9 or 8, so that to 18 times like this. Now I can carry out my titration within 10 to 15 minutes in the examination hall, so that I can have other time to compute the calculation. So now we are going to start with the proper titration. We are starting with 0.0 as well. So we are going to refill. So this now that we have started, you have to pour it away and rinsed with a distilled water as well. Rinsed with a distilled water. rinsed with a distilled water. So we are set for the proper titration. So in this now, we are going to refill. As I've said, as you are refilling, remove your conical flask so that there will not be contamination before titration. So we are going to add the acid. Let's refill to 0.00. All right. Yeah, we're going to adjust to 0.00 so that we'll have. All right. All right, we're going to pipette the base, which is a B. All right. This is the base. As I've said, the last drop is removed. All right, we're going to add 2 drop or 3 drop of methyl orange so that we can continue. So now, since I've already gotten the rub that there'll be color change between 13, 14, 12, I can actually release my burette to around 9. I will stop. All right, I'll just shake. Okay, from 9 to 14, I'll be very careful with the color change so that we know. I'll just be shaking so that we know. All right, color change. There's a color change automatically. So in this now, we are going to have we got 13.8. Here we have 13.80. It must be 2 decimal points. Here we have 13.80. So in this now, I can actually, since we have enough base and enough acid here, because this burette is 50 ml, I can actually start with my initial that I will not refill again. I can just start with 13.80 so that I continue to have a proper, so that I will not refill again. I'll throw this away and rinse with distilled water as well. So I will now pipette the second titration. All right. So we have this. All right. All right, we are set for the titration. So in this now, if you should mind, add a 13.80. If we should add like a 9, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's just release it to 22. So that this thing will be very fast to 22. All right. We shake. I believe from now. See color change. Color change. All right. We're having a 27.6. So if we should minus this, we're going to have 17 minus, we have 13, we have 6, 17, 6, yeah, we have 2, 1. So we have 12.70. Is it closed? Is it closed? So from there, we can move as well. So if we should, we'll rest again. Rest again. So we have a so if it is convenient for you to refill all throughout, you can refill, but it doesn't actually mean that you must start with 0.00. You can start from 0.10, 0.20, 1.10, 2.10, and so on and so forth, depending on your. Okay. All right, we're going to refill. Let's refill this. Let's refill this. Okay, let's say we started with a different parameter so that we know what to do. No? And acid, let's remove this. Let's adjust to 0 to 1.0. All right. We are say with the initial here, we are using 1.00. Started from 1.00. So we're going to titrate now. So we can release to 10. Can release to 10 since there is no. All right. All right, there's a color change. All right, we have a 14.9. 14.9. Here we have a 13.90. So you can see now, you can see this is, we are done with the titration. So by so doing, if you notice that this value is kind of far from these two values, you can actually say the next question is that we are done with the titration. Say record the volume of the pipette, which I've done. We are rating the metal orange as an indicator. Say record the volume of the pipette, tabulate your burette reading, and calculate the average volume used. In this aspect, the average volume used here, since as I've explained before now, that the first, second, and third, the difference should not be more than 1.15. 1.15, 0.20 within this range is proper for you to have a maximum mark in your table. So you here now, since these values are very close, I can actually use a average volume of acid used. So I'm going to have equal to, I'm going to have 13.90.13. No, this rough is out of it. I'm going to have this and this. Since this and this is very close, I can actually have the two, 13.80 plus 13.90 divided by 2. If you are using a tray, you're going to have 13.80 plus 12.70 plus 13.90. By so doing, you can divide it. Well, you can divide the 3 by 3. I'm going to divide by 3. Since if you are using 2 close values, you divide by 2. If you are using 3 close value, you divide by 3. So by so doing, this is the average, which is the VA we are talking about. The VA. So here now the VA will now be 13.85. Yes, 85. I can say approximately 13.90 centimeter cube. So in this now, this is my VA, in this my titration. As I've said, this demonstration that does not actually reflect the titer value of my center, neither of any center. This procedure is just to guide you on how to carry out titration in normal chemistry lab. Please, this is a simple method for you to run this titration using a specific indicator and pipette. So in this regard, this will be the end of this lesson. Please do well to share when you come across this video, as well as subscribe to this channel when you come to this page. Thank you.